Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You try lifting the lid. The enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening the lid. You try banging on the lid to maybe unsettle the dirt, and maybe somebody will start digging their way down towards you to help you get out of the coffin. This is what it's like to feel at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to go. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, ever cross your mind while you're abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something away that God had given you, called life? With this, let me just say one thing and try to remember this. Don't be like the person that I just read about that waited and waited and waited. This person knew that they needed help, but waited and waited until it was too late, and then needed to help and wanted to help. Instead, pick up your phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise you I'll help you take your life back before your life is gone. People like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I always tell folks like you, doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter where you've been. What matters is that you're here today and you want a better today and a brighter tomorrow. Larry Geis can be found at www.odysseyconsultant.org, or you can give him a call at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis will help you from your depression to happier times, from your addiction to recovery, from your low self-esteem to improve it. Call Larry Geis at 516-458-2741. Do not, I repeat, do not forget to take those slippers off at night before jumping into your bed, and then instead of leaving them on the edge of your bed, put them under your bed. Reason for that is because if you do this every single night, and then in the morning, every single morning, you retrieve them, and while you're on your knees to go and get them from underneath your bed, you utilize that as your personal time with God. It is your personal chat line, I call it an email, where you can ask God for guidance and direction, forgiveness and mercy, where you can thank God for the streams and the waterfalls that you get to see by God allowing you another day, because there are people that never wake up. You can thank God for having a home, clothing, food, and family. If you do this each and every night, stick the slippers under the bed, and then each and every morning you go and retrieve them and spend time with God, whatever you say from your lips goes to His ears, and your life will become abundantly better. The power of prayer is so much stronger than any leader or king or anything in the world. God listens, and He answers in His own time. Remember that. He answers in His own time. You cannot just pray and expect results right away. You have to have a commitment to God each and every day. No better way to do it than to retrieve those slippers in the morning and utilize an email. I want to talk about strengthening communication that brings family members together. Good communications is the key to any relationship, but family communication is especially important because it sets the tone for how people interact with others in society. Let's straighten out the camera here before we get too far into this. Improving family communication can help strengthen relationships and bring families closer together. Incorporate the following advice from me to open the doors to effective communication within your family. I want you to do the following. Do have intention. Do show gratitude. Do be a good listener. Do transform intense feelings before communicating them. Don't do the following. Don't use aggressive language. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't blame or shame a family member. And don't forget to ask questions. Do have intention. Before speaking with a family member, especially if you are upset, check your intention. Decide that your intention will be good to understand the other and to be understood. This will bring focus to the interaction and allow both individuals to have their needs met. Do show gratitude. Take the time to communicate your gratitude to your family members each and every day. It can be as simple as one sentence note of thanks to a whole paragraph. Your proactive expression of gratitude will shift the communication climate to a positive one, bring family members closer together. Do be a good listener. When you take the time to listen to your children and spouse, they are more inclined to feel loved and appreciated. Ask about their day or how they feel about a certain subject and truly listen to what they have to say. This will help enrich your understanding and empathy for your family members. Do transform intense feelings before communicating them. One of the most difficult communication skills is expressing ourselves honestly with compassion, especially when we are upset. When experiencing difficult emotions, proactive communicators can be mindful to transform their emotions instead of allowing negative emotions to shape their interaction. Do not use aggressive language. When communicating with loved ones, be aware of your tone of voice, which is so important. Communicating in an aggressive tone only makes others defensive and makes more apt to reject what you are saying. Approaching things calmly and with a level head will help your message be received and understood. Do not let your emotions get the best of you. One of the worst things you can do is to say something negative to a loved one in the heat of the moment. Take a few breaths and wait until you cool down to respond. It is better to respond at a later time rather than saying something detrimental here and now. Do not blame or shame. It is tempting to blame or shame when you are frustrated or angry. Comments such as, "You caused this," or "You should have known better," only hurt the communicating process. Expressing feelings in more positive ways, such as, "I am upset because," is a much more effective way to communicate your feelings and needs to your loved one. Do not forget to ask. Oftentimes, after interacting with family members, we feel like we have done what we can and we have no power to affect how the listener will respond. A proactive approach would be to ask for comments and feedback. Your interest in their opinion will be appreciated and you will gain the tools needed to improve future communications. In summary, as the most parenting techniques, love, understanding, and patience prevail over aggression and frustration. Always take a moment to cool down and approach the situation in a calm and concise manner. Everyone, and I mean everyone involved, will be grateful for the openness and relief achieved by improving the flow of communication. Do you see how calmly I read that off the teleprompter? That's how calm you should approach when you speak to family members. Don't be aggressive, judgmental. Don't accuse. Speak to them as you would want to be spoken to. The Bible verse, I think it's Luke, "Do unto others as you would want done unto you," should also include, "Speak unto others as you would want to be spoken to." That's simple. It's a very simple concept in life. Anything that you would want done to you, or spoken to, or taken from you, or given to you, is how you should interact with other people. If you feel that what you say or do to a person might offend that person, it's usually right. Change the tone change the climate within the room. I hope this helped you in a matter of calmness and respectful family conversations. And may God bless you.